Disgraced former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted today, and it is about time. These two indictments came earlier today. They were both relating to Crossfire Hurricane. They were making a false statement to Congress and obstruction of justice. Also, obstruction of the congressional hearing is what I believe this to be. These both stem from the FBI's Crossfire Hurricane investigation into the Russia hoax, the Russia interference in the 2016 presidential election. Prosecutors allege that Comey lied about authorizing an FBI official to serve as an anonymous source leaking sensitive information related to the probe, and that he obstructed a congressional investigation into those disclosures. Each count carries a maximum penalty of up to 5 years in prison, potentially totaling 10 years if convicted. Now, he's expected, I would imagine, to turn himself in. He has not been arrested as of this point. We need to see him doing the perp walk with the handcuffs, the whole bit. President Donald Trump just last week put out a fiery post on Truth Social urging Pam Bondi, hey, let's move on this. Let's get something going. And then he kind of posted right after that saying, praising Pam Bondi, I think trying to tell her, hey, it's now or never. There was a key part of this is because you had the statute of limitations that was about to run out on this thing. The 5-year window for the false statement charges was set to expire September 30th. So that would be the ones tied to the testimony date. The prosecutors had to rush this thing to get it done. This was a grand jury that has indicted him. This is civilians that came to their own conclusion. This happened in the Eastern District of Virginia, Alexandria. This is a blue section. So it was citizens that decided to bring this indictment forward. So now the grand jury, the indictment was unsealed today. And now you can imagine they're melting down on the left. They're all saying, oh, Trump is weaponizing the justice system. Now, the most laughable is the posts that are being put up there about saying, oh, think about what's going to happen if the Democrats get control of the justice system, what they're going to do now. We watched what you did for the last 10 years. We've seen what you did. You weaponized the justice system. We have actual mugshots of our guys here because of what you did. And not only that, you went after our guys over nonsense. This is a legitimate betrayal of the American people, what they did. They set President Donald Trump up. You know, I haven't been posting on here recently because I was filling in on OAN, guest hosting for Chanel Rion, and I just had George Papadopoulos on yesterday, and I was saying to him, like, I mean, he was right in it. He was completely set up. They destroyed that guy's life over it. He was fired up about it. He knows that the time is running out on the clock. They got to see some kind of accountability here, and now we have got it. So you know that they're going to appeal this. There's going to be a process that's going to go through this, but this is a sign of things to come. Nobody is above the law, as they like to tell us. President Trump posted about this today on Truth Social saying, justice in America. One of the worst human beings this country has ever been exposed to is James Comey, the former corrupt head of the FBI. Today, he was indicted by a grand jury on 2 felony counts for various illegal and unlawful acts. He has been so bad for our country for so long and is now at the beginning of being held responsible for his crimes against our nation. Make America great again. Now, there's no doubt about it. Jimmy Kimmel will be crying the blues throughout his whole monologue tonight for his homie, James Comey. He may even have him on the show. Who knows? But this is one of these things. This is what we have been waiting for. Now, it took us here until the end of September to finally see some kind of motion here. Pam Bondi has been under the hot seat. Many people saying, let's get a move on here. I was just in the room there with Matt Gaetz yesterday. He was the guest on the show. And I was, he would have been the attorney general. We feel like we would have gotten some results by now. Pam Bondi has an opportunity to redeem herself here by continuing this motion, continuing to indict or continuing to press for indictments against all these criminals who we all watched for a decade here use the Department of Justice to go against President Donald Trump. They spied on his campaign. President Donald Trump even posted back in 2020, James Comey got caught. He got caught. We all knew it back then, but we had to wait all this time to see anything possibly happen. So the seashell collector, James Comey, the one who magically found the seashells arranged with 8647, is now indicted. We will now see, as I say, you can indict a ham sandwich. So we want to see this thing play through. We want to see it play out. And we want to see this guy convicted and put away in prison where he belongs. Now, Pam Bondi did say today, she said, today's indictment reflects this Department of Justice commitment to holding those who abuse positions of power accountable for misleading the American people. We will follow the facts in the case. Kash Patel said today, your FBI took another step in its promise to fulfill accountability. For far too long, previous corrupt leaders and their enablers weaponized federal law enforcement, damaging once proud institutions and severely eroding public trust. Every day, we continue the fight to earn that trust back. And under my leadership, this FBI will confront the problem head on. Nowhere was this politicization of law enforcement more blatant than during the Russiagate hoax, a disgraceful chapter in history we will continue to investigate and expose. He added, everyone, especially those in positions of power, will be held to account, no matter their perch. There we go. This is what we were waiting for. We wanted to see some action be taken. Action now has started. I don't think this is going to be the last one we're going to see. I think we're going to see a lot more come. We know we have guys like Clapper in there that's got to go down. We got so many bad apples that were involved in what they did to President Donald Trump. They never thought this guy was going to win. They spied on his campaign. They stole the election from him in 2020. I know you may be allowed to say that now on YouTube. I think they're going to allow accounts to go back up. I've had many videos taken down because of the government censorship. They were forced to take down. If you talked about the 2020 election being stolen, which it was, they took your account down. They took your videos down. That's what they were doing. Now they're supposed to be giving us a little bit of transparency, but let's face it. They stole the election from Trump. They set this guy up, and they tried to destroy him. But President Trump has one thing on his side, and that is the truth and the grace of God, and we will prevail and make America great again. This is a start of something big, and this is what we wanted to see. So it's a great day for America right now that we are going to see some of the evil wrongs done by this government start to get righted. And it starts with the indictment of the former disgraced FBI Director James Comey today.
You're listening to the Alec Show. The future is